Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 10 of Bosryers at Oewerkuier, brought to you by Motormart.
Today we are here by Oewerkuier. Yeah, so as me and my dad, Grace, we moved around on the farm, we came across this that you'll see now in a second. And I just want to say to Oewerkuier, thank you very much for this warm welcome we received. This is so special and it really warms my heart up.
Ek kan ook net vir Oewerkuier sê baie dankie. Ons het dit nog nooit verwag nie, nooit gesien nie. En as ons kyk wat Oewerkuier ons verwelkom het hier met al hierdie groot hoeveelheid voertuie en mense saam met ons, kan ons vir Oewerkuier sê baie dankie. Soos Etienne gesê, dit is 'n groot verwelkoming en ons kan dan net bedank, daar's niks anders nie.
Thank you guys.
Wow, we've got the youngest ever 4x4 enthusiast to join us on our Bosryers team. He's little Jonathan, he's 14 months old. Would you believe we've also have a little feathered friend called Cheeky that also joined us on our adventure at Oewerkuier.
En ek dink Derek en Raymond, julle het 'n verskriklike groot aandeel daarin. En dan natuurlik ook die Jaco en Jannie, wat ons hier na toe geprobeer het. So ek wil net vir julle almal sê baie dankie. En vir die eerste keer het ons 'n papegaai wat ons join. As julle wil, blykbaar is hy te steel. Hey, good morning guys. The Bosryers team here by Oewerkuier, 7 kilometers out of Christiana. And today we're going to enjoy this 4x4 track that is literally built on an old mine dump. Now next to me I've got Jannie, who is the manager here by Oewerkuier. Jannie, goeiemôre. Baie lekker om hier te wees. Dit is regtig lekker om hier te hê. Alright, sê gou vir my hierdie mynhope wat hier lê. Wat se myn was dit gewees?
Hulle het diamante gedelf hier van tevore en ons het basies die ou mynhope of die delwershope gevat en geskep in 'n baan.
Wonderlik.
Om te kom geniet vandag.
En Jannie, nou sê vir my buiten vir die 4x4 baan. Jy het vroeër aan my genoem dat jy het heelwat meer aktiwiteite. So wat het julle nog hierso?
Hierso ons het 'n kampterrein, jy kan kom kamp hierso. Ons het die wedding venue hierso, vertroues, funksies, enige ding. Ons het wild vir jagters in die winter.
En in terme van die wild wat hier op die plaas is, wat se wild het julle alles hier?
Ons het blou wildebees, gemsbokke, zebras, rooi hartebees, springbokke. En dan probeer ons maar so 'n bietjie in die eksotiese wild en die makwild en goedjies ingaan, ons kamele en makdonkies en
hare,
al sulke goedjies.
Wel, ek moet sê gister toe ons by die hek inry, toe staan daar so 4 blou wildebeeste so langs die pad en ek moet sê hulle was nogal taamlik mak geweest. Hulle het vir ons net so geloer terwyl ons inry.
Ja.
En dis die naaste wat ek in my lewe nog aan 'n blou wildebees was.
Nee, dis besonder.
En toe besef ek eers hoe groot is hulle eintlik.
Ja, ons het 2 makkietjies ook wat hier op die plaas rondloop en ja,
netjies.
Okay, en dan verder het ons akkommodasie hierso vir mense op die Kaapse pad. Almal wat Kaap doen, ons is teen die N12, hier is ons verblyf en als mense van die wedding venue. Hier is ons verblyf vir hulle, die hele hooks. Alles netjies wat almal wil hê.
Netjies. Nou hoeveel gaste kan julle huisves of hoeveel mense kan kom vakansie op een slag wat julle chalets aanbetref en dan natuurlik ook hoeveel kampspasie is daar?
Ons het kampspasie, ons is 3 chalets wat ons huidiglik het. Ons is besig om uit te brei, ons wil aanbou. Ons bewerkstellig daaraan, dan sal verder is al plek mense met tente, karavane. Ons het daar bo 16 gastekamers. So ja, ons is nog besig om uit te brei.
So julle is nog 'n jong kindjie wat moet groei.
Ja,
netjies. Maar ek moet sê julle het al baie wonderlike werk gedoen. Ek bedoel ons is al onder in die kampterrein en dis heerlik. Daar onder daai groot bome, die koelte en wat vir my besonder was is vanoggend toe ek my chalet oopmaak. Ek is letterlik so 10 meter van die rivier af op die water. op die water. Ek kan letterlik in my bed sit en lyn gooi.
Ja.
Maar wat vir my besonders was, is daai sonsopkoms wat so deur die bome gekom het met daai mis wat so oor die rivier gegaan het. Dit was beautiful geweest. Dit was regtig wonderlik.
Ja, dit is
So die
baie lekker.
experience wat ons het is rustig, dis vakansie, dis relaxing. En dit is wat dit vir my so die moeite werd maak. Ek weet ek het laas nag laat gaan slaap, maar ek is oggend uitgerus en ek is vars en ek is vrolik en ek worry nie oor die stadslewe.
Nee, lekker vars lug alles.
Maar dankie Jannie, ons sien mekaar op die baan.
Alsy, sterkte.
Dankie man.
As we start today, we are very proud to say that this convoy is the largest convoy we ever had on any of the Bosryers events. A total of 27 4x4 vehicles taking on this track today.
Welcome to Motormart Clarksdorp, where we have been delivering quality new and used vehicles to South Africans since 2008. Our friendly and professional staff will help you find your dream vehicle. We pride ourselves in keeping clean vehicles that we handpick for your peace of mind. We can finance your vehicle through any of the major banks and deliver it to your door anywhere in South Africa. So the next time you are looking for a vehicle, give us a call at Motormart Clarksdorp and speak to any of the friendly service consultants. Give us a call at 018 468 2224.
Right, so guys, this track today is consisting out of 3 sections. And this is the first section where we are busy now. It's brand new, it's fresh, it's literally made yesterday. And there's a bit of axle twisting and I heard there's some wheel lifting as well. So let's see what this has to offer. Yanni, I think you guys really did a good job. This is some deep ruts, eh? Yes. This is actually quite fun. Well, this side is definitely more challenging. And I'm getting a little bit This was fun. And I must say, not for the faint-hearted. Well done, Jannie.
Jy het my nou self op my senuwees gehad.
And next up we have sy grysdempers en grysbeer.
Next up, we've got Raymond in the Creative Ink Raptor.
Then we have Kenny with an Negrini family in the Epic Bug.
Next up, we've got Dion in his red Rubicon Jeep.
Next up we have Derek Klute in his short wheelbase Jeep Rubicon.
Hoog op tel, hoor.
Legend number 1 with Stefan Jacobs behind the wheel.
And we also welcome Tian de Vol with his white Ford Courier.
Up next we have the Legend 45 with Stefan van Zyl behind the wheel.
And this is Donnie Erasmus with his silver Toyota Hilux.
Next, we have our very own James Bond, aka Gert van Niekerk, all the way from Vanderbijl Park.
And next up in the silver tuner, we have Jock behind the steering wheel.
Draai net so toe. Right, kom. Right guys, so this is our second obstacle. We already took it with all these tracks lying here. So as you can see, it's coming on a long end. So with that long entrance, the steep up, the only way through is momentum. However, there was a vehicle or two that really surprised us with the crawling. We didn't expect them to make it through, so watch this. Alright, so guys, we are in the second obstacle here at Oewerkuier. Janie, vertel gou vir my, jy het nou hierdie baan gebou. Daarbo is hy redelik styl. Wat gaan daarbo aan?
Hy het so 'n bietjie van 'n skynste, so hy sal jou op jou senuwees maak as jy daarbo kom. Verder is dit maar los sand.
Ekskuus, ek wou tweede rad hak en toes kry ek om die een rad. Maar anyway, gaan aan.
Dan het hy so 'n bietjie van 'n skynste wat jy op jou senuwees gemaak, maar nietemin sal hom nie die voertuig gaan gooi nie. En ja, hy gaan al.
And Grijsbeer taking this obstacle. As you can see with that amount of power, how difficult this obstacle is with all the loose sand and steep incline. Woo! Joining us for the first time on a 4x4 track, we have Raymond in the Creative Inc. Raptor. And what a blessing it is to have you amongst us today.
En dis so voor te doen.
Vic, you legend, rocking up with your red Raptor. Although Yulted Spielte couldn't make it, Vic made a plan and rocked up with his red Raptor. Respect.
Well done.
And this is RV Botha coming with his full motion. I'm a rock. At the end of all, we really appreciate the fact that you came to enjoy the day with us. Unfortunately, vehicle problems came in, and this is where we have to say goodbye.
As jy weer wil probeer, doen hom in tweede.
May you be blessed in your travels ahead.
Alright, nou ons.
This is Nardes Voljoen and his CF Moto 1000. No stranger to the track. What a wonderful sight, seeing Nardes' family join him on the track.
And this is Aubrey Erasmus coming with his Dakar single cab.
Next up is Uncle Joe with his Discovery 2.
And next up in the Mazda BT50 we have Andre Bass all the way from Vryburg.
And Johan with his long wheelbase Pajero 2000.
All the way from Kimberley we have Louis Vermeulen with his white tuna.
As sy nog 'n paaltjie.
And we've got Gerard in his orange monster V8 Lexus.
And next up in this Volkswagen Amarok we have Byron Sparrow.
Up next we have Eric van der Walt with his white Hilux.
valve.
And next up we have MD Williams with his 4-litre V6 Hilux.
Last but not least, we've got Vincent in his white Ford Ranger.
And what I can say about Vincent is he's really got the fighting spirit. He didn't give up. High five to you, Vincent.
Alright guys, so this is our third obstacle, and behind me is the entrance, that's the exit. As you can see, not much of a difficult obstacle. So I decided, let's use that as the entrance and see how this works out. Alright guys, so on my right hand side, this is our fifth obstacle, and our fourth and fifth obstacle is so close to each other, so we're going to combine them together so that it's like one long obstacle. Enjoy it! So this is where we are at the fourth and fifth obstacle. Now I did a bit of a lane change to go a bit more extreme with the entrance, and I actually think I'm not extreme enough, to be honest, but nevertheless the rest of the convoy can follow in more direct paths. Loose sand, so it's spinning quite nicely, coming into the fifth obstacle, which is a double step down, and as you go down with the camber, you need to turn a little bit left for this downhill. Oh shit. I stalled, so I don't have any engine power at the moment, so I'm going down only on my brakes.
And Kenny, in true Bosryers style, taking the most difficult line and showing us how it's actually supposed to be done.
Alright guys, so this is our sixth obstacle, and very loose sand, so this is not a traction terrain at all. However, we decided as a group that we're going to make it a little bit more challenging, and we're going to start right here at these poles to see if we can make it out. So if we don't make it out, we will roll back and give a bit of a longer approach. Right guys, so this is the start of obstacle number 6. We don't have a runway. I doubt that we will make it. Hopefully half. All tops. We went further than half. That counts for points. But I'll have to take a bit more of a runway.
Ek noem dit 2 try limit, so die fokke dit ons almal op, hoor. 2 try limit.
Alright, let's hit it. Lekker boet!
Wow, Etienne, what a fantastic day out 4x4ing all the way out here in Christiana, Oewerkuier.
Yeah, and absolutely true what you say. I mean, we were blessed with the sunlight and so forth, and as you can see with the drought and the loose sand, some of the vehicles didn't make it out the first time, some of them made it out the first time. And what's interesting is it's not about power, it's more about a combination between power, momentum and traction.
That is true, that is true. Can you see the gradient? What gradient was that hill?
Well, that's close to a 40 degree. I'm not 100% sure. I forgot to measure while we were there. But if I must estimate, just below a 40 degree gradient.
Well, it was clear that momentum was needed to get through the obstacle, and obviously a lot of traction, which some vehicles had a bit of an issue with. Obviously, I can see from looking at the footage, there's a bit of the wrong tires that might have been used, or all-terrain tires instead of mud tires. But obviously, it depends from vehicle to vehicle and owner to owner what the daily use is of the vehicle.
Absolutely, like you said, daily drivers obviously will not drive with mud terrains, and people who dedicate the vehicle specifically for the 4x4 track, well, that's a different story all along. Right now, as you can see, Uncle Joe coming with his Land Rover. First gear being extremely low gear and high torque, but momentum is ultimately what's needed to make this obstacle. And as you can see, it didn't make it out the first time, coming down, and the slope almost pulled him sideways off the track. Luckily, the camera guy Werner, he did stop him in time, and the day was saved.
Yes, and clearly you can see, obviously being in the correct gear is key.
And next up, that's Andre coming with his BT50, also all the way from Vryburg. Andre also doing his very best to get this obstacle out. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it to the top.
First time around, Louis Vermeulen showing us that power is not always enough to make it up an obstacle. But the second time around, making it with power and momentum, showing us how it's done with a Toyota.
And speaking of, next up is MD Williams coming with the right power, coming with the right momentum, but unfortunately his tires let him down, not getting the necessary grip, so he also had to go back, going for a second time a little bit more aggressive and flying it out with colors.
And next up is Gert, showing us again how easy it is with the right traction and power.
Right, and notice, as you can see, this orange monster also coming up with a lot of power, not necessarily momentum, and as you can see, also getting stuck the first time around. So yeah, going for the second time.
Okay, shooting like a bullet is Byron Sparrow with the right momentum and almost making it.
Now, unfortunately, he did hit the side wall on the left-hand side. Luckily, no damage on his vehicle. Second time going around, pulling it up in the right track, going out like a boss. And as you can see on this Hilux, the correct tires, correct momentum, flying through the first time.
Making it look so easy. And as usual, Werner is always in the firing line. This time around with sand and stone, not Kenny for a change.
Yeah, well, Kenny doing quite well himself and not being the culprit, but there is, however, some of the vehicles, especially the ones who got stuck, who threw Werner a lot with sand. And Vincent coming again with his Ford Ranger. Again, you have my respect by not giving up. Even though at the end you didn't make it, you still have the respect of the whole team who stuck behind you. And well done by throwing Werner with some sand.
You can really call yourself a Bosryer.
Alright guys, so this is the obstacle that we have seen now, but not really an obstacle. So we are debating on who's taking this here, who's taking it there, and who's taking the actual road. So let's see who decides what.
So Moritz, I know you were not with us on the track today, but as usual, like you can see, we came across this place where we created a new obstacle again.
Yes, Etienne, in true Bosryers style, as always, we create obstacles as we go along.
Yeah, like what we did at Sable Ranch. What was the other one?
Bosryers,
yes, and at Hartgrot as well. And now when we come to Christiana, we do it again.
yes, and Etienne, we have to give kudos to the drivers that actually took it upon themselves to actually also take on the obstacle, well, the new obstacle.
Yeah, and also not only taking the obstacle the way down as usual, but also turning around and attempting it back up. That for I take my hat off.
Alright guys, so I lost actually count on which obstacle we are taking now, and a few cars did this one specifically before me, but nevertheless, let's do it, let's enjoy it. Down, really not so intimidating at all. Let's try it up. Alright, so in all honesty, I think this is a little bit reckless and it feels like I shouldn't be doing it. But a few other cars did it before me. They did it, so why not at least try? Alright, we didn't make it through the first time. Yanni, oh yes. Attempt number 2. I had too much bounce, so immediately I lost traction. Alright, attempt number 3. Bounced again, lost all my traction, so it's pointless to go, so we tried.
halfway through the day, we had lunch at the beautiful wedding venue that Oewerkuier has to offer.
Etienne, what happened, bud?
Aye, so yeah, the last obstacle we took, I almost made it out to the top, and then there was a sound, and second and third attempt we didn't make it as far, so I decided let's just investigate for in case. And if you can look in there, my left inner CV is broken off, so I'm out of the race.
So sad.
That's it. Well guys, this is our first obstacle after lunch, and 8th obstacle of the day. As you can see, loose stones. Traction is not part of the package on this obstacle. Quite high, as you can see, the people up there look quite small. So we'll see how the vehicles do it. My suggestion would be momentum, but maybe one of the two of the guys, they will crawl it out and surprise us all. Let's see. Alright guys, so after the mishap with my Nissan Bakkie, I can't continue with the track anymore, so Grace, my dad, I'm co-driver now. Let's go. Sweet. Lekker man. Right, so this is uphill on the way to the lock bridge. When we're gonna get on top, I'm gonna get out, show some lines to separate. Alright, Yanni is in front to give lines. With the lock bridge, the moment you go a little bit wrong line, you can totally wreck your vehicle.
Interesting, I see you guys went over a log bridge. Can you tell me more about it, Etienne?
Well, first of all, the uphill to the lock bridge is basically in one direction, and then when you get to the lock bridge itself, you basically need to change direction again to be able to get on it. And that's not so easy, as your turning point is extremely short.
It looks like quite a long log bridge. Longest one that I've seen in all of our episodes.
Well, definitely this lock bridge is approximately 12 meters long and about 2.5 meters high. And what was interesting is one of our vehicles, I think it was Nardis if I'm not wrong, was actually so small that it barely fitted on the lock bridge. And then we had also another vehicle, I think it was Vic with his Raptor, that was so huge that again he almost didn't fit on the lock bridge.
Wow, that is really an obstacle.
And nail biting.
Right guys, so we're attempting an obstacle now. It's so steep down that the camera crew cannot get down there, and since we are the first team to take this obstacle, they said that we can name it what we want to. So I think we call it the Bosryers Mountain of Terror. Here we go. It's the first time we take it. Extremely steep, extremely loose, smallish rocks. Traction is not part of the package.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Toyota. Love it. Lekker great weer.
Oh, Etienne, I could really kick myself for missing these obstacles. This is an amazing track.
Well, Moritz, as I know you with your white pony, it's not only the specific obstacle that you would have enjoyed, but the complete track as a whole that you would enjoy with us. And I must be honest, I also want to kick you for not being there.
I know, and I don't blame you. I want to kick myself all the time, man.
But nevertheless, just to make you a little bit more jealous, continue watching as these pros do it.
Alright guys, so behind the camera, that is the Bosryers Mountain of Terror. And since we got a name for it, and since our name is on it, the crew decided, bugger that, we're taking it up as well. Check that out. Alright guys, so this is the Mountain of Terror. That's a Grijs, and Grijsbeer is taking it. I'm just in the passenger seat, hoping for the best. Well done! You!
Really? That confirms it, Etienne. I really needed to be there. Going back up the obstacle, really you guys took the terror out of the terror.
Well, what can I say, but this is the Bosryers after all, so this is what I can say. High five to the team.
Alright, so this obstacle looks for me like a seesaw. Now Stefan, how wrong am I?
Yes, quite difficult this one. It's actually, that's why we call it the Three Sisters. You get in here from the one side, and then you've got this deep slope, and then you have to go out here without a speed from behind. So that's actually what makes it so quite difficult. With the short turns on the back side.
How does it look on top there?
On the top you've got a slope, down slope on the back side, and then a short turn you need to turn again for the next climb to go up. So there's no advantage for a run up. This is just pure power. Is going to be the best effect of the day.
Okay, so in other words, you start here, you go up, you go down again, you make a U-turn, you come up with a second row, second seesaw, then you go up there again, you make a U-turn, and then there's a third time that you do that again to
Same thing, yes.
So if you don't succeed the first time, what happens then?
Well, that's why this area is open here. You've got to...
Oh, so this is basically your escape route.
Then you take the sissy route.
This is your escape route.
Yes.
Alright. I don't know what to expect. Watch and see. Raymond? Right guys, so this obstacle is called Three Sisters. And we are attempting it first with Grijsbeer. And we don't know what to expect. It's our first time ever on this obstacle. So a 3-point turn for us. Now we're going in the center one back in. It's It's actually quite fun, but the adrenaline is pumping.
And it's freaking scary.
Yeah, it is. The biggest problem about this obstacle is the fact that your view is so limited because you go down so steep down, and then when you need to go up again, the only thing you see in front of you is floor, nothing else. And it's really, really steep. So if you have cargo inside your vehicle, make sure it is strapped down. Alright, attempting the third part of this obstacle. This is nail biting. Oh, we're doing quite well so far. Very well. Now you need to take a U-turn to the right and come through in the center of this obstacle. Alright, this is the final part of the obstacle where we go through in the center of the obstacle and then have again a steep incline to exit.
And how did the other drivers do with the other sisters?
Well, I must be honest. Well, some of the drivers suffered underneath the first sister, and some suffered underneath the last sister. But nevertheless, most of them made it out quite nicely.
You don't mess with a family from Christiana.
Oh, well said.
Just like a little kid in a candy store, Kenny, to true nature, ended up in the mud.
Alright guys, so we came to the last bit of the track where we have a muddle waiting for us. We're going to maybe get stuck, maybe get through, I don't know, but what I do know is we're going to have some recoveries. Stay tuned. Alright, so this is the second obstacle before the actual muddle. Steep down, steep up. Not extremely intimidating, but you can't see the road so clearly, so that part really does intimidate you. And this is the final stretch where we are approaching the downhill side, the decline, to go into the muddle. We can't see the track at all, so we actually have got no idea where to go. All we know is there's no turning back. Oh, this is steep down. Straight into the mud in 3, 2, 1 and submerge. Yo, this is deep. We are stuck. The water is deeper than well, I can literally stick my hand out and start rowing. The lights is down underneath. The water is inside the vehicle. I'm going to take the crew cam and record this. It's rising up. Let me just swap the camera around. So we're in the muddle, stuck. The water is just rising up inside the vehicle. As you can see, that's inside the vehicle. My feet is submerged. The water is still rising up. As you can see, my feet is completely underneath the water. And Martin, one of the camera crew, that's busy getting the recovery rope ready for us to be towed out with that tractor. So this is actually funny, but the results afterwards, not so funny. Zacharias, what's your feeling about this at the moment?
Very heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. The package covering us, pulling us out of the water. We are giving power, the tractor is giving power, and I'm getting spat by mud inside the car, and we are out.
Well, Moritz, as you mentioned earlier, Kenny and mud, they go hand in hand, and this is an actual mud obstacle that he took now. Not making it out, but look how he actually showered himself with mud.
I'm pretty sure he had a whole lot of fun. And again, I'm just kicking myself watching this. Etienne, I really think we have to salute all the other drivers that attempted to take on this obstacle and didn't make it, but yet did try.
Absolutely, we definitely salute you. And what I can say is a huge high five to Nardis Viljoen with his CF Moto 1000, the only driver of the day who made it out, and this was the epic highlight of the day.
He always shows up and never disappoints.
Have to give Gert a huge high five for attempting this obstacle twice. It's not many times that you get someone who does this with this much enthusiasm. Gert, you are a legend.
Right guys, so we really are thankful towards Gert. He tried his best for a second time to get through this mud hole. Unfortunately, he couldn't manage. You can see how Martin is going down to recover him. And feast your eyes on the rear wheels of that Jeep. It's 37-inch wheels that is completely submerged under the water. And the water itself is not that deep. That's how deep it's sunk into the mud.
Oh, Gert. And he even had 37-inch wheels and he didn't make it through. I don't think this is an obstacle for little boys.
Well guys, that's a wrap from the Bosryers for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Oewerkuier, just outside of Christiana. So make sure you come and visit. Happy days. This U-turn doesn't have to be in the video at all. So this is the boarding part where Werner laughs in the studio.
In the week that passed, we had to say goodbye to one of our members, Chris van Staden. May he rest in peace.
Ry hier in die bosveld en die vuurtjie brand te mooi. Die songesig oor die rots en klip en natuur wat ons uitnooi. Ons ry waar ander net kan droom en die son sak in die bos. Ons bosryers het modderbloed en ons kry jou in die bos.